So local foodie praises no-show restaurant fees. Now, local foodie known as the Bedouin foodie has weighed in with a call for respect, with restaurants facing a staggering 25 to 30% rate of last-minute no-shows. The Bedouin foodie emphasizes the importance of honoring reservations, of course.
So he drawed parallels to the cultural cultural etiquettes, give me a minute, I'm so sorry, observed in Japan, where making a reservation and showing up punctually is considered a cornerstone of dining out. The Bedouin foodie contrasts this with the prevalent attitude in Dubai.
Now, in a social media post, the lament how he actually showed, he highlighted how the no-shows and last-minute cancellations have become all too common, significantly impacting the profitability of restaurants.
So the message underscores the need to value the commitment you make when booking a table and to consider the impact of your actions. Basically, if you're booking a table and you decide to cancel last minute or you don't show up, this actually isn't a rare occurrence. One of the top restaurants in Dubai said this is 25 to 30% of their business daily is impacted by this. That is significant. So therefore, if there's a charge, a fee for when you're booking, and then the question is, should restaurants charge you for not showing up?
Yes, because I'll tell you something, like the table that you are reserving might be, or like let's say canceling very last minute, might be the table that someone else could have gotten. Right? And then when you are reserving the table and canceling last minute, you are actually costing the restaurant some amount of money.
100%, yeah, that's
lost,
the point.
Right? And then it's like, why would you do that? It's kind of like rude. It's like if your friend invites you to her birthday and you just cannot show up, you're not gonna just like not show up. You're gonna be like, hey, sorry, I can't come. خلاص, that's it. Done story.
It really pulls in from the story that we were having yesterday of it was literally the similar story, but it's a hair salon in Dubai. They basically said, we're going to start charging you if you don't show up, not the full amount, but maybe a 10%. Give that person money for their hour that they weren't able to work if you don't cancel within 24 hours. And it's the same thing. And how Bedouin foodie, who we've actually had sitting in the seat before, he's an incredible, well-known, prominent foodie in Dubai. He compared it to in Japan how it's very much part of the culture that, you know, it's a sign of respect, and if you're not going, you would still very much like turning up, even if you book for 4 and turning up as 3, that's considered rude.
True. It is.
So we need to maybe add in that level of respect that like you are affecting their bottom line by not showing up. So I don't know if they can charge the full amount, but I do think it's charged per head for the no-shows.
I think honestly it depends on the restaurant and how popular it is, you know what I mean? But of course, I think it is like not only disrespecting the restaurant, but it's disrespecting someone else who wanted to take your seat initially, but then you did not show up.
No, I think it's basically the bottom line of the restaurant, because if you have booked 2 weeks out for a table of 7, they potentially have bought in food accounting for that.
That's
also,
true.
It's not about disrespect to the people that are not able to book, but it's the money that table could have brought in that you're disallowing. So it's significantly impacting the restaurant's takings if you don't show up, if you don't cancel within 24 hours. And that's what that is. But I know if you ring in, if you've got a birthday brunch and you call, you're like, hey, I'm booking for like 20 people. And they're like, okay, so we're going to charge you 100 dirham per 20 people. That's 2,000 dirham. And that goes on someone's card. And you're thinking, wow, that's significant. But actually, if you and your party, something happens urgently, inescapable, and these things can happen, if you decide to cancel and you've booked for 20 people, you have to recognize the impact. And sometimes adding a fee or adding a law or adding a rule is the only way to make people see that impact.
I 100% agree, because, you know, we do often like when you are booking, let's say like a table for 10, you know, and as you said, they're getting food and a lot of things for 10. However, we kind of like, sometimes people go like, oh yeah, you know what, if there's no charge paid initially beforehand, then if someone just like they want to cancel, they're not going to show up. And that will cause, as you said, like a lot of loss for the restaurant, and not only for the restaurant, not on a business level, but as well, you know, like someone else who wanted your seats initially. Like you never know, maybe 10 could have gotten like, I don't know, 2 families